Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, prepare your ear holes for the best wrestling part, the hard-hitting wrestling show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hard Hitting Wrestling Show. Is the post reaction of Backlash 2020, alongside with Hector Vasquez and Frank Cuesta. Uh, quite of events that's happened. We'll recap real quick. Edge versus Randy Orton, Oscar versus Nia Jax, Apollo Crews versus Andrade, Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus, Braun Strowman versus The Miz and Morrison, Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley. The tag team championship was on the line between Banks, Bailey, the Iconics, and Bliss and Cross. And the last minute fill-in was the Street Profits versus the Viking Raiders. And we'll get to that in a second. But first, let's say congratulations to Hector from last Friday's SmackDown, in which he was the only one that chose AJ Styles to win the Intercontinental Champion. Congratulations, Hector. We will not bow down to you.
No. Just give me the gloves, the phenomenal one.
Not even.
I was straight up luck. But hey, I mean, if there's anything, I was surprised that match did not happen at Backlash. I think that match alone was the greatest match altogether. Hey, he's the Intercontinental Champion. We have to wait and see what happens furthermore. But we're going to save that for the very end once we start talking about the future of what can happen between now and Extreme Rules. Extreme Rules will be happening on July 19th, and once again, will be at the WWE Network. But hey, let's start it off with the very first match. The kickoff match was the United States Championship. The champion, Apollo Crews versus Andrade. Great match between the two, great chemistry. But the fact is that if it wasn't for Kevin Owens, Apollo Crews may have given up that title. So Frank, Apollo got lucky today, didn't he?
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, he would have lost that title if it wasn't for Kevin Owens not helping him out, not in the sense of watching his back.
That's right, because Angel Garza came out of nowhere, tried to distract the referee, and Kevin Owens had zero tolerance of that, and he just made that happen. What could happen? What do you think could happen now tomorrow Monday Night Raw, since Apollo Crews is so into defending that title? What do you think, Hector?
Maybe I think Andrade will come back out, but then I think Garza's going to have an argument that he should get a shot now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, you had your time. You didn't get it done, so now I should get my shot. And maybe he will get a shot, but then I think Andrade's going to, have something to say about that.
Yeah, another couple of things that I would like to add on to is that Kevin Owens, he had the opportunity, he gave him the opportunity, Apollo Crews, to get the United States title, a one-on-one match, but that didn't fall through. So now, could we see Kevin Owens and him again, a Crews, for another match? Or could WWE come up with maybe a little tournament to see who will be the number one contender? I think that would be a legit answer. I mean, we've seen that already, so I don't know what other type of creativity, or could we see Apollo Crews end up just offering it to anybody? and then maybe a surprising WWE superstar might come out and actually challenge Apollo Crews. What you think, Frank?
Oh yeah, Jinder Mahal, right? Um, you know, I think it would be more of Owens against Cruz. I think it's Cruz is gonna go ahead and give Owens a shot just based on, hey, you had my back, I got you now. It's your turn.
All right. Uh, what's gonna happen? Again, I think that one's kind of left in the air, but I don't think that it's gonna rest. I'm gonna pick Angel Garza to get his fair shot at Apollo Cruz. But we'll move to the very first event, which we had the tag team championship. Uh, Bailey versus Sasha. The Iconics and Bliss and Cross for the women's tag team championship. Now, I personally thought being a triple threat match, it went pretty much too quick. Uh, there was a lot of stalling. Then there was a lot of, there was a few actions, stalling again. And it's like everyone was taking turns and taking shots at one another. And I think the ending really was kind of rushed, in my opinion. What do you think, Hector?
Yeah, I think so too. I think the Iconics put on a great match, and of course, towards the end there, Bliss took over the match. I don't think Bailey and Banks really were a big factor in this match besides just capitalizing at the end, to take the victory. But was really impressed with the Iconics. They came to show up and they showed out and they did a pretty good match in that.
Yeah, and I think the Iconics themselves will be the major factor if, in fact, that there is a split between Asuka, Bailey, and Sasha Banks. But more on that, Katie Braxton interviewed um, Bailey and Sasha before they got to the match, and she was very direct on her question. I don't know if WWE is trying to put that pressure or just trying to force it in that there's going to be a breakup. I think it's over exaggerated. I mean, why would somebody getting ready to defend the tag team titles ask, hey, if you lose, are you going to hate one another pretty much? Are you guys going to go challenge each other? It's almost like, okay, like it just didn't fit to the actual match that's coming up. You know what I mean? Because then you're just paying attention to Bailey and Sasha Banks and not paying attention to everybody else in the ring. You see what I'm saying? So I think it's forced, and I think if I'm not mistaken, Noah, who was on last week or last Thursday, was saying that he doesn't believe it's going to happen anytime soon. So do we believe Noah saying that it's not going to happen to SummerSlam, that maybe this is a WrestleMania event between Bailey and Sasha Banks?
I can honestly see that. I mean, everybody anticipating the breakup, I think that's why they could just keep on pushing it to, make, even though we may see that there could be some kind of friction, but at the end of the day, they're going to get the result. They're going to get the victories, and they're going to keep on pushing through. But yeah, it's going to heat up, and before you know it, we are going to see Banks just blow it up. It's just going to take a lot of build up.
Exactly. Well, I think it's going to be a big build-up. Mind you, we've been seeing it from once. There's tension here, tension there. They kiss and make up, and guess what? Everything's good to go.
Well,
So, go ahead.
now you're right. I mean, everything is going to develop to the following weeks to come and stuff like that. But the other development that we know that's for sure that's probably going to continue is Sheamus versus Jeff Hardy. Them two went at it. Sheamus got the better end of the stick on this one as he defeated Jeff Hardy on a 1-on-1 match. I thought maybe Sheamus would cheat his way through, but it was legitimately he did win, So they're pretty much even 1-on-1. I do see them going after each other again. So we'll see what could happen Friday. Maybe they'll raise the conditions, or maybe we'll see maybe a ladder match or a urinalysis test exam again. Who could throw the pee more? I don't know. But hey, the interesting thought is that this feud can still continue, but pay attention now. I give it till September, and I know it's a far stretch, but if you pay attention to the storyline, King Corbin was not in the picture. You know, the description they were saying about the hit and run and everything else, especially what happened to Elias, all fit in the description of Sheamus. Okay. So pay attention. So when Elias does come back, you know, could it be that his next feud will be versus Sheamus? So that might take the hands off of Jeff Hardy, depending on the circumstances. He did suffer a pectoral muscle torn. That takes about 2 to 4 months to recover. But depending on his physical therapy, who knows if he could come back sooner. But just keep a note on that. Another note is Liv Morgan, and I will tell you after this that Asuka and Nia Jax resulted in a countout. And these two decided to battle up outside the ring, and the referee counted to 10, but Asuka was not quick enough to get back in. So this is still ongoing, okay? But Liv Morgan went on Twitter to say, hey, it's pretty much her turn. Like, she wants in. So she wants a shot at the Raw Women's title. Are we going to see it, Hector?
I don't think so. She's gonna have to get through Nia Jax first, and that's not gonna happen. I mean, you're gonna have to get through Jax before you even get to Asuka, and I don't see anybody on that roster right now going through her to get that title shot. So you're gonna keep poking at the bear. She's gonna keep coming back after this title. So
Yeah, I don't think Liv Morgan will get it a shot. You got Jax. You always have Flair rolling around somewhere. All right, so at the end of the day, I mean, really, Morgan.
Hey, like I said, Charlotte has been everywhere. I'm surprised she didn't show up today, tonight to interfere on the match.
Thank God.
But at the same time, like she said in her interview previously, that you could see the quotes on HHWShow.com, is that she is a small picture. All right, she's just a tool to develop a storyline, and the storyline is not even about her; it's about somebody else. So is it Liv Morgan? Because remind you, a year ago, she didn't know who she was, and that last match that put her out for a while was against Charlotte Flair. She did come back to wrestling. She did an outstanding job against Charlotte Flair on their rematch, but was not to say that will come up again.
yeah.
So
True.
The other one, which was hilarious, was the actual video that was done before the show, before the pay-per-view, and during pay-per-view, which is Miz and Morrison's video. I thought that the music was fake, but after hearing it the second time, it was actually them actually singing the song. So it sounded pretty good. You know, they were in good harmony. But they weren't in harmony versus Braun Strowman. And I smell a breakup coming soon. Hector, I mean, they had a chance to win the title, and the Miz pulled Morrison off of him.
Morrison had a chance to become Universal Champion. Yeah, I see this breakup happening a little quicker than Bailey and Banks, honestly. I mean, Morrison did it out of Miz did that out of jealousy. He pulled his partner off. I mean, because he already knew the stipulations that the winner was going to be champion instead of co-champs. Man, that was really wrong. And right there, you already knew what was going to happen from there.
Look, I said it. Braun Strowman was upset. He wanted to win. They killed his car again. But that's a different story.
No, now you're thinking too far ahead here.
Of course, yeah, but look. This is what's gonna happen now. It's with Miz pulling that stunt with Morrison. They're gonna start a feud now because Morrison should be upset because Morrison would have been the champion if Miz didn't pull him off.
And we know this is not the first time they've had problems.
Exactly. So
the tables are going to turn. So if you go back 9-10 years ago where the Miz backstabbed Morrison and then they had their feud, it's going to happen now with Morrison backstabbing the Miz, and he deserves it. I mean, I would be extremely mad if I had the opportunity for a title and someone took it away from me. You know, it's almost looked like a simulated triple threat match. That's basically what it looked like.
That is.
Right. So, it's just gonna get heated, and then again, people are saying that the Fiend is coming back. So, I think they lost their opportunity really for the Universal title, and I think the table's gonna turn. We may see these two go at it, the Miz and Morrison, to finally break up, but it's kind of heartbroken because man, that music is still jamming, man. I mean, I think they need to hire me to do their remix because I got the better beats than what they have. So,
hey, ho, ho.
You can catch it on our podcast on Spotify or Apple or any podcast that you listen to.
I think the next song is gonna be "Uh-oh, no, no."
You know what happens to "Uh-oh, no, no" was Bobby Lashley. Lana could contest to that one because, hey, as I called it and nobody did, Lana was going to be the difference in this match, and she showed. So, hey, the WWE Championship was on the line with Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley, and everything was going straight. It was going to Lashley's favor. He took initiative. He was applied the full Nelson just before the match started. Then when the match started going through, he was the most aggressive one. But Drew was still coming back, and you got to give props to him. I mean, this guy is not only taller, but his physique, his outline is pretty out there, man. I mean, these are like two heavyweights going after each other, and it was fabulous. But the major problem of this was Lana coming to the ring and made a distraction. You know, I don't know what was the purpose because we didn't need Lana to get involved. None whatsoever. It wasn't like Lashley was getting pinned for a 3 count or nothing like that. But she distracted everybody. Was just, you know, my jaw dropped. I was like, man, come on, you know. But anyways, so Lashley countered a Claymore with a spear to get a close 2 count before Lana made her way down to the ring. She got onto the apron and accused the ref of cheating, which I don't understand why she said cheating. And then McIntyre ended up knocking into Lana, fell into MVP's arm, and then this led the champion to hit a Claymore to retain the title. So with that, I don't know where you go from here, to be honest with you. I do smell a divorce. How about you, Hector?
Yeah, why not? You know what I'm saying? I mean, without Lana in the picture, Lashley was dominating this match. You know, he outpowered McIntyre. McIntyre just had the resilience to fight as a champion, but he knew he was outpowered. You know, so, and that's not easy because McIntyre is not a small guy. He's pretty stout guy. You know, but yeah, Lana had no reason to be out there. I mean, I'm sure we could use that as a takeaway somehow, but she had no business. She could have just stood in the background and let her man win that title and bring it home, but she didn't do it. And yeah, I think there's going to be a feud, especially between her and MVP. This is going to go back and forth, and that's going to distract Lashley because he's going to be put in the middle between these two. So.
I just hope that they don't make a storyline to when Lana goes over to Drew McIntyre. You know, I mean, because then she becomes a hoe. Straight up. Hey, ho. I mean, you went from Rusev or flirting with what's his name? I forgot his name. Oh my god. Anyways, she's been flirting around all across WWE, and she has a career of doing that.
What? Did she have something with Ziggler? Was it
Dolph Ziggler? That's Ziggler. It.
Yeah.
Right. But then still with him. Yeah. And then you have Bobby Lashley, and then she goes off with Drew. I mean, good Lord.
Hey.
What can I say?
We just leave it right there.
Yeah.
Is that you, Frank? You be doing that, man?
I never do.
And then the most interesting thing here is the Street Profits versus the Viking Raiders. I mean, I thought that we was actually going to get an in-ring action tag team titles on the line. I have voted for the Viking Raiders. Hector was going for the Street Profits. The Viking Raiders owned the Street Profits, and then it blew me away. It blew me away. I have no idea what the hell I was watching.
What we saw was, if you can't beat them, join them, and they became the Viking Profits.
Exactly.
And we've never seen them merging like this in the WWE before. So if you can't beat them, in which they could not beat each other at anything,
but look,
about a side hurting comical event.
that should not have even happened.
I think what we should have done is we should have broadcasted ourselves live during this match so that the audience could see our reaction.
Yeah.
Because literally I had this book taking notes and I just wanted to throw it. I mean, I wanted to fling it. I just didn't want to break anything around me. So,
yeah, that match
things cost, things cost, you know what I mean? And anyways, it was no need. They'll put that like in the regular TV show, Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown or something in the middle. You want to kill some time? What? It's good for Raw. It could have been on Raw. I mean, they did it for every single week. But this is a pay-per-view event. We want action, Look, I understand it worked with The Undertaker, all right? I understand it worked with The Fiend, but it doesn't work right now with the tag team divisions as weak as it is for them to throw something so crazy. I mean, at first I was like, okay, it was a street fight. I mean, Hector, you called it. It was a street fight or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it got weird because they had weapons, golf clubs, and then a bowling ball. I'm like, okay, now that was funny. I mean, you get hit with a bowling ball, but the way they used it is almost like, okay, we got a bunch of 5-year-olds watching this show right now, And then with the ninja coming out, you thought it was Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, because that was
Shaquille O'Neal, but anyways, it just threw me off, and I thought I actually was gonna get a win. I would have.
Nah,
come on, man.
Nah,
you'll find out tomorrow.
I think I want to try to believe that WWE had to not only fill in the gap, to the main event, but maybe to try to get the crowd back going, because the other matches could have been a little sleeper, kind of boring a little bit, so they wanted to bring some kind of entertainment to the crowd. I can try to believe some of that to a certain point, but we all got a good laugh at it, though, even though we didn't like it, but we got a good laugh at it.
Yeah,
at a point, yes, it did. And then when the referee came out saying, "Hey, you got a match," I was like, "Come on, don't tell me you can extend this." Yeah. But eventually, they did not. Then that fake alligator that was there. I mean, clearly, if somebody was roaring or doing whatever, it wouldn't be tail first. So, anyways,
that should have been put on the kickoff show and moved Andrade and Cruz on the main event.
Honestly, I'm gonna tell you right now. I think out of all the match, I loved the most was the actual kickoff show. Mm-hmm. I think Kevin Owens. Because of Kevin Owens, it made things a lot interesting. But Apollo Crews and Andrade, they did well. They deserve it. I think that was the best match of the whole night. And I was really disappointed for the rest of the night, especially the next one, Edge versus Orton, was supposed to be the greatest match ever. It just the middle of the match, I want to say between the 9th minute and probably the 30th minute, it kind of dragged. And then if you're watching it by yourself, you probably have the Z Monster kicking in, and then all of a sudden you hear the commentators getting excited at the end, once we saw different types of signature moves from different superstars. We saw Triple H's, The Rock, the Pedigree, and the Rock Bottom, the RKOs. I mean, all that was fascinating, and I got it, and finally it started picking up to where we got a lot of action. We're now focused. But then also what ruined it was the fake crowd.
Yeah.
The audience, and then some of the people that were there were not in sync to the chants. Some were
Mhm.
quiet, some was just yay, whatever, and it just threw everything off. I mean, I'm sure that they probably get disciplined or something like that. I heard that on the a couple of weeks that they weren't that too excited of what's going on. And I wouldn't be either if I have to be standing up for 3-4 straight hours. I mean, that's kind of tiring himself, you know. If you notice, there's no chairs
Nope.
at all. So, but what do you think? You know, there's a part 3 for SummerSlam.
Definitely.
It has to be.
Yeah.
You just don't leave it like that and just walk away from it.
So, hey, that match is over. There were reports that Edge got hurt. It's mostly probably a storyline that he got hurt. So, and then that's probably why we're not going to see them at Extreme Rules, but we're definitely probably going to see them the following month in SummerSlam. And that's if they have it in August. Rumors are speculating that it could be delayed until the pandemic is over, or they'll allow people to actually go to stadiums. So, as of right now, in Boston, the pandemic is still in effect for no large gathering until Labor Day. So we'll see about that. Labor Day is the first Monday of September. So maybe, summer ain't over till September 22nd. So we'll see if they're able to make that happen. But look, let's look on forward right now. What's going on? Tag team divisions. Are we actually going to see the Street Profits and the Viking Raiders actually go for the tag team championship?
I will believe they will sooner or later. I mean, eventually they have to. The Profits got something to prove because they haven't beaten the Viking Raiders, but they are the champs. So, I think they do got to get on a serious note and try to get in that win column, and defend those titles.
All right, Frank.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley. Are we going to see a part 2 for Extreme Rules?
I think so. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you're not going to just leave it like that because Lashley's going to come back and be like, hey, wait a minute. Yeah, you beat me because my crazy wife came outside. So, at the end of the day, there's gonna be another part. This is not over.
Okay. Hey, this Wednesday, NXT, we got the tag team championship between Bayley and Sasha Banks versus Shotzi Blackheart and Tegan Nox. I think they're a sleeper. These are the best two females right now in NXT. That's hungry for a title. Frank, yes or no? Do you think we're gonna see new champions Wednesday night?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, Hector.
No, but I'm expecting a very good match. I'm expecting a very, very good match. I think Bayley and Banks is going to underestimate these two girls, but NXT has brought it ever since Survivor Series. These young bucks, they have been bringing it to the table.
I'm surprised to see how this match is going to carry itself out. Are we going to see more? Will we see the Iconics or Alexa Bliss or Nikki Cross to make their way to NXT during this match, or are we going to see new faces to where Chelsea Green fired her agent? She thinks she's above everybody. She had that little taste with Charlotte Flair, but she's trying to get her face in there. Maybe we'll see something from there because her and Blackheart have a little rivalry on Twitter and stuff. So maybe we'll see that, or can we see Candice LeRae? There's just so many factors going into NXT that's making things a lot interesting. Right now, out of all the three brands, NXT is pretty much the wrestling brand to watch. And what else? We have the Intercontinental Championship. As we stated before, that AJ Styles is the new Intercontinental Champion. Could we see him wrestle with who? Who do you think is going to wrestle, Hector?
Bro.
Matt Riddle, really?
Hey, if he wants to be a fighting champion and if he's going to open it up for anybody, who not better than Riddle to go after it? His first match, go after a title on SmackDown.
I beg to differ on that one, man. I'm sorry.
Matt Riddle's not there yet.
Who you got then?
I mean, I have no clue who.
I'm gonna give you a clue. Drew Gulak beat him, and maybe they'll have that rematch. He said because
Maybe.
he pinned them 1, 2, 3, fair and square. All right, before the Friday before last Friday.
Yeah.
So let's see if we get that match going. But if it's Matt Riddle, AJ Styles ain't gonna do it, man. He it'll be just like what Daniel Bryan's been saying all along. He ain't gonna defend that title. I'll be surprised. I won't be surprised. I do expect AJ Styles to defend it probably almost in every pay-per-view if the WWE allows it. That I can see. But as far as defending it every week, I highly doubt it because you got to earn your way to get to the Intercontinental Championship, and Matt Riddle has not earned his way yet. I mean, he hasn't wrestled one match yet in SmackDown. But
No, you're absolutely right. But it's just opportunity. If opportunity is going to knock, why not go knocking down the door before anybody else? And if Riddle wants to make a name for himself, who better than go after AJ Styles, who has that belt? So no, anything can happen.
All right. 2 more questions. The Fiend. Are we going to see the Fiend this Friday?
No.
I want to say yeah. I mean, now that we're done with Miz and Morrison, now I think we'll see him come back and start taunting Braun Strowman.
All right. Hey, Monday Night Raw is happening tomorrow. The Messiah, Seth Rollins. Okay, that storyline is going to be picking up now that we're going to concentrate on the next Extreme Rules. We didn't see Seth today, so we're definitely going to see Seth Rollins in action for the next pay-per-view. Rey Mysterio, is he going to show up? Are we going to see them finally go face-to-face? The one-eye Rey Mysterio versus Seth Rollins?
I think so. I think Rey Mysterio will show his face. He's going to show up with Dominic, and that's going to create that rivalry a little bit better, that story, to get Dominic involved.
Yeah, right. I definitely can see that. Yeah, I can agree with that.
All right. Anything else? Well, any other predictions that you got going on that you'll probably smell what The Rock is cooking on this one?
I don't know. I could predict myself maybe winning Extreme Rules and continue my winning streak.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, Hector and I finished at a tie. We would have had a tiebreaker if the Street Profits and the Viking Raiders actually had a match. That didn't fall through. But since it's a tie, the title does not change hands, and therefore Hector remains champion. He didn't win, but he still remains champion. You're just like Asuka.
Yep.
That's okay. Call me the Lone Wolf because of AJ Styles.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, Extreme Rules. What's so unique about Extreme Rules is that every match doubles depending on the order of the matches. So that's coming up in July 19. So after that, then we'll concentrate on SummerSlam. So we'll see what happens there. So the next 2 are coming up, and then we'll be closing our season and open up our new season in the fall, which we'll be concentrating on the Tag Team Championships and the Intercontinental Championships. It's a fantasy, sort of like a March Madness bracket that's gonna happen. Maybe something new for the Intercontinental Championship because all members will be involved. But that's what's coming up in our shows and our new seasons as we progress. Hector, Frank, thank you very much for being on this show.
Thank you.
On behalf of Clovercrest Media, I wish everybody a safe weekend. Remember, protect yourself at all times. I know this is not a boxing match, but we got a match every time we step outside, man, because the last thing we want to do is get sick and get a coronavirus and bring that stuff home. So please be safe out there. And for all the high school students out there that's graduating, this is the month, especially up north. I want to say congratulations to everybody. Congratulations to all the students that made it to the next grade. Just keep up the hard work because it's going to pay off in the future. All right. On behalf of Clovercrest Media and the HHW crew, I'm Ovi Muniz. Thank you for watching the Hard Hitting Wrestling Show.
Visit
visit the HHWShow.com sportscast where you can find all the news, rumors, updates, and predictions from the Hard Hitting Wrestling Show, All Four Downs, Join About the G-Men, and Keys to the City. If you ever want to do a podcast, this is the place to do it. Starting at $15 a month, you can get unlimited hosting and $50 a month for the full package. Visit CloverCrestMedia.com for more information.
A big thank you to the StreamYard for their fine streaming service. On behalf of the HHW crew, I am Ovi Muniz. Thank you for listening to the Hard Hitting Wrestling Show.